Welcome everyone to another enlightening episode of Castpotro. I'm your host Alsan Farabi, and joining me, as always, our co-host Ibrahim Shanto.
Hey folks, hope everyone is doing great. Today we're diving deep into the realm of goal setting.
Absolutely, Shanto. Setting goals is like plotting a course for our lives, guiding us toward our aspirations and dreams. It's just about turning our visions into actionable steps, right?
Yes, and it's not just about setting any goals. It's about setting effective goals, goals
Right.
that are smart.
That's right. Without these elements, goals can become vague wishes and can be easily forgotten. But when we apply the SMART criteria, uh, we can create a roadmap that leads us to directly to success.
I agree, and there are some fantastic resources out there for mastering the art of goal setting. One book I found very insightful is The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. It's a classic that offers timeless wisdom on setting and achieving goals.
Absolutely. Covey's principles have stood the test of time and continue to inspire millions worldwide. And let's not forget the book called Mindset, The New Psychology of Success by Carol. I think this book explores the power of mindset in achieving our goals. It also helps in many ways, and it's a must read for anyone looking to cultivate a growth mindset and overcome obstacles along the way. What do you think?
So true, Farabi. These books offer a teacher trove of wisdom for anyone on their goal setting journey. And speaking of wisdom, we are fortunate to have two incredible guests joining us today to share their insights on this topic.
That's right. Our first guest is Daphna, an expert in personal development. And our second guest is Zainab, a dedicated learner who is always on the lookout for new insights. We are very happy to have them both on the show.
Hello, everybody. My name is Darina, but please call me just Daphna. I'm from Ukraine. I'm so happy to be here with you and super excited to tell you how to reach your goals effectively.
And yes, hello everyone. My name is Zeynep and I'm joining from Turkey. It's really exciting to be here. And of course, thanks for having us today.
Okay, thank you. Let's dive right in then. Setting goals can be a challenging process for many people, but fear not because our guests will share some ideas and thoughts from their experience. So, Daphna, could you start by sharing your approach to setting effective goals?
Of course, I think it's all starts with clarity. Setting effective goals is all about being clear on what you want to achieve. It's like having a map to reach your destination. You break down big goals into smaller steps, which makes it easier to stay focused and motivated. Now, let's say your goal is unclear, like I want to get better at sports. This goal lacks specifics. What sports, what aspects do you want to improve? Without clarity, it's like trying to find your way in the dark without a flashlight, right? You might end up feeling lost and unsure of how to progress.
That makes sense. Zainib, about how about you? How do you approach goal setting?
So, yes, my approach is similar to Daphne's. So, like, I start by identifying what I want to achieve. But first, like, I also prioritize my goals. So, prioritizing is really important step to get a clear road ahead. Otherwise, like, it is so easy to get lost in the process. If we do have a clear path, we can focus our energy on the most important objectives first. So with this mindset, like I like to set realistic timelines on my goals and keep check on my progress time to time as I go on my journey of my dreams.
Hmm, that's a great advice from both of you. So, let's talk about some challenges then. Daphna, what do you think are common obstacles people face when trying to set and achieve goals? What do you think?
Well, when it comes to setting and achieving goals, there are a couple of common obstacles that many people face. One is setting goals that are easy to vague or too ambitious. For instance, saying I want to be successful is vague because it doesn't specify what success means to you. And setting a goal like I want to become a millionaire in a month might be too ambitious and unrealistic, let's be honest. Without clear targets or a realistic plan, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and lose motivation.
I agree with you. Without clear targets or a realistic plan, goal setting isn't possible actually. So, Zainib, what strategies do you use to overcome obstacles in goal setting?
So, yes, for me, it is about adjusting expectations and celebrating small wins along the way. Let's say you have a goal and you want to be in the first place in your country. Like it can be a competition or anything you can think of. It may seem hard at first to top all of the country, of course, but if you start by little, let's say you want to be top of your class first, and then your school, and then it widens to your city, and before you know it, you are a potential candidate to be top of your country. So it is actually a real story of mine. It was the path that I followed when I won a competition in my country. So don't be scared, I can say. When you encounter an obstacle, take a moment to reassess your plan and try mini steps to get the bigger picture. Sometimes a change in approach can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's a great perspective. Let's open the floor for any personal stories or experiences you can share about achieving your goals. What do you think, Chantal?
Alright, now we are going to ask some serious questions to our guests. This is gonna be amazing for sure. The first question is: can you describe a time when setting specific deadline helped you to achieve a goal faster than you thought possible? Daphna, can you be the first one?
Certainly. There was a time when I set a specific deadline to improve my English speaking skills only in one summer. I broke down my goal into smaller steps to make it more manageable. In the first month, I practiced speaking with a friend and watched some movies, repeating words and sentences. Then, in the second month, I focused on recording myself speaking and reviewing the recordings. Finally, in the last month, surprisingly for me, I could connect with native English speakers who eventually become my friends. So, having a clear plan with small steps helped me progress faster than I expected. So, my advice when aiming to achieve a goal, break it down into smaller steps with a specific deadline. You can make it can make your journey more achievable and rewarding for you.
I agree with you, Daphna. And what about Zainib? Share your story, please.
Yes, my story. So actually, this question made me remember my first year in university when I suddenly decided to study computer engineering. I remember I struggled a lot to catch up with other students because actually my previous dream that I had since my childhood, like since I was 7 years old, was becoming a doctor and study in medical field, not computer science. Because it was a drastic change, a lot of my objectives in life had to change as well. I remember other classmates of mine had a proper background with coding. Some were even coding, like doing this with from the middle school, while I was just trying to write "Hello World" on the screen. So I decided, okay, like I want to be top of this class. Let's say it is my goal, and I want to be the best. I want to be the best person before that lessons exam date comes. With this case, exam dates were like deadlines, but still my goal wasn't something so simple to implement in life. Having a competitive mind helps me a lot, I can say. Not with just others, but competitive with myself too. I remember that after some time that I was studying, the people in my classes were coming to me to ask the questions about homeworks and assignments. That's when I thought, okay, I guess I am doing something good. I am overcoming those challenges and I'm getting closer to my goal. Was it hard? Of course. I would get exhausted and cry some days. But if I turn back and look at those times, I know I did good, and it was needed. So I knew nothing about coding at first, but did I nail it? So this is the end of the story and a mission that is successful.
Wow, what a great mission. All right, let's be the next. Let's go to the next question. Have you ever achieved a goal that seemed impossible at first?
Okay, impossible. Daphne, I think you can go first. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I have achieved a goal that initially seems impossible to me. It was when I decided to learn English. Yeah, again, story about learning English. You see, I'm dyslexic, which means I have difficulties with reading and spelling. Even learning my native language is challenging for me. So the idea of being accepted into a really special school of languages seems crazy and impossible at first. However, the key to my success was my motivation. I was dreamed to overcome my challenges because I wanted to make friends from different countries. That's like so cute, isn't it? This drove me to push through the difficulties and work hard to achieve my goal. And yeah, Zainab, you can be the next one to answer.
Thank you, Daphne. It was indeed a cute thing that you talk about. And I guess my part is I already talked about it. Not impossible, but something hard I can say was to turn all of my medical study ambitions to computer field. Like it was like study like for humans and turning it to the computers. And my key to that succession was having a competitive mind with myself. Yes, I said things about I want to be top of my class and then school, but the real goal behind is being a better version of myself every single day. I want to become more successful than the previous day, getting good at something in each moment. So that can be the key of my own accord.
Wow, you guys shared your wonderful experiences. I loved it, and let's move to a weird question actually. This question might sound strange, but you guys will love it more. So, the question is, if you could travel back into time and give your younger version or younger self advice on setting goals, what would it be?
I love this kind of questions, so I want to be the first, please. So, like, yes, I can say I would go and recall her. Like, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. And then I would just go and open that song, maybe, because she needs to be strong and someone who doesn't give up easily. Like, I wouldn't say what will await her in the future because she would be devastated if she heard that her dreams won't come true in the way she expects. But future me knows that she will do what she will love, so that's all that matters at the end. Yes, Daphne, what about you?
Oh god, I won't think songs, nothing like that. But if I could go back in time, I will definitely advise my younger self on setting goals, like importance of task and to-do lists. You know, those. For instance, when you have lots of things to do, like I was going to music school, art school, and also language school. It would be really helpful to make lists of what needs to be done. That way you won't forget anything important and you can stay on top of all your responsibilities. So like by keeping track of everything I need to do, I can stay focused and I can prioritize tasks effectively and I can ensure I don't overlook anything important, you know?
And you know what? When I was kid, I I dreamed of being a physiologist actually. But as I grew up, I realized I was afraid of blood and medical stuffs. So that's when I discovered my true calling, which is computer science. If I could go back in time, I would tell my younger self to explore computer science from the start. That's where I truly belong, actually. So, by focusing on computer science, I can make a bigger impact and be more productive in shaping my future version.
Can I comment something on that, Shanto? So
Yeah, sure.
your part is actually very similar to mine, like turning medical field into the computer. But let me give like advice to your younger self as well, because if you say your younger self to that, like that would be cheating. Just let him dream. He will just find his way back to the computer. I guess like just don't cheat. Let him cook along the way.
Feels like just bullying, but yeah. accept
No,
that.
no, that is not true. But let him just dream all of his way, and then maybe he can find his back into the computer science once again.
Yeah, please, Shanto, live your own dream. I'm not gonna bother you. Uh, so, all right, then here is the question for you guys. Another question, actually. So, how do you overcome setbacks or failures when working towards a goal? And what strategies do you use to stay resilient? Zainib, maybe you can go first this time.
Okay, thank you. So I like this approach that you need to remember that is not the end of your life. Like, even if you fail and make a mistake, you can always try again. Like, I'm sure you have seen older people talking about their experience in life, like everywhere from YouTube, Instagram, even TikTok, that you can see them talking and giving advice like, I thought I was late to start doing it when I was in my 20s or 30s, but actually I was very young back then and could have done it if I wanted to. And they started doing it in their 50s or 60s. So that's the same case for us. Like, as long as you're alive and healthy, there will be always a chance for you to stay strong and achieve what you want to do. That's from my side. What about you, dear Daphne?
Okay. So when setbacks occur, I turn to simple strategies like rewarding myself for progress. Those small things like enjoying your favorite snack. It keeps me motivated. And also, I'm really motivated, get motivated when I hear a famous story. I guess you all know the Walt Disney. And did you know Walt was laughed at by many bankers when he proposed his idea for the Disney World theme park? Over 300 banks gave him a no before he finally found someone to invest in his idea. The last laugh is on them, by the way, because today the entire Disney franchise, including many theme parks, movies, and a lot of merchandise, are worth many billions of dollars. All of the people above were super successful financially and in their business and expertise. Of course, this isn't just about the money. It's about really looking in the mirror and saying, I know I mean for more. I mean to do better. And it's showing up to do it. It's time to set goals that mean something to you, not goals that your Aunt Edna wants you to hit.
After a long break, I'm back again. Oh, so we're gonna end this podcast. But before we wrap up, what final tips do you have for our listeners who want to set and achieve their goals? Daphna.
Yes, I do have some. For those who want to set and achieve your goals effectively, here are some final tips from me. Firstly, remember to be patient and persistent. It's better not to get discouraged if things don't happen right away. And secondly, set realistic goals. For example, instead of saying, I want to be fluent in Spanish in a month, which might not be achievable, you could set a goal like, I want to learn 15 new Spanish words each week. Taking small steps like this can help you reach your goals more effectively, I swear.
You're right, actually, and I feel the same with you. All right, Zainab, any final words of wisdom?
Yes, final words of wisdom from me. So I can say, stay adaptable and be open to change. As I also talk about my experiences, like everything can happen. The path to your goal might shift, and you may lose your balance for a moment. But keep your end objective in mind and never give up. Or I will recall you too. Yes.
That's fantastic advice. I enjoyed your experiences and stories. Thank you for both joining us today and sharing a lot of things.
You're welcome, and thank you for having us today.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. We hope you found ours today's discussion helpful.
And remember, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your friends. And until next time, set your goals effectively and watch as they transform your life. Goodbye.